Cornhill is the oldest residential neighborhood in Rochester. Once known as the Third Ward, it is a showcase of Rochester's rich past. And Clarissa Street is one of its most historic streets. My name is Jose DaCosta. I'm Vice President of the Clarissa Street Reunion Committee. We welcome you to our 20th annual reunion on August 15th, but we need your help to make it a real success. We are undertaking a $50,000 campaign and we need your support. But first, a little background. Cornhill, the oldest residential neighborhood in Rochester, was once known as the Third Ward. It is a showplace of Rochester's rich past. Clarissa is one of Cornhill's most historic streets. As early as 1810, free black slaves were living in western New York State. Rochester's first African-American neighborhood was located here. This neighborhood became the home of Reverend Thomas James in the 1830s. An escaped slave, he founded the Memorial African Methodist Episcopal Zion Church. The church became a center for the Underground Railroad, the first home of Frederick Douglass's abolitionist newspaper, the North Star, and the home for the women's suffrage movement. Relocated to its present home in 1975, AME Zion Church remains Rochester's oldest African-American institution, over 180 years old. By the 1950s, Clarissa Street had grown into a robust commercial corridor and became known as Rochester's Broadway. It was a true melting pot of people of varied backgrounds, African-American, Irish, Jewish, Italian, and others. This vibrant neighborhood had a full range of businesses and organizations. The Gibson Hotel, Rochester's only black-owned hotel. Latimer's Funeral Home, Rochester's oldest black-owned business. Ray's Barbershop, Scotty's Pool Hall, Smitty's Birdland. The Flower City Lodge, also known as the Elks Club, was in the building now occupied by the Flying Squirrel. There were friendly neighborhood pubs and restaurants that specialized in New Orleans cuisine and Southern-style cooking. LaRue's Restaurant, The Lots Tavern, Dan's Tavern, later known as Shep's, now Clarissa's. The legendary Pithard Room was the center of the neighborhood's rich music history. An early stop on the Chitlin circuit for musicians, the Pithard Room featured many jazz giants: Miles Davis, John Coltrane, Jimmy Smith, Sarah Vaughan, Dakota Staton, Jimmy McGriff, Jack McDuff, Ron Carter, Cannonball Adderley, George Benson. And then there were greats from our hometown: Chuck and Gap Mangione, Roy McCurdy, Pee Wee Ellis, just to name a few. The Pithard Room was Rochester's version of a club on the left bank of Paris. When asked to describe the Chitlin circuit, jazz legend Lou Donaldson said, "Well, it was the greatest circuit in the world. I'm the only one that did it first. Then McDuff and Groove Holmes and Jimmy McGriff, and they all came in later. We started in Rochester at a place called the Pithard. Then we'd go from there to Buffalo, to the Pine Grill, or another place up there, the Bonton. The Pithard Room, an early stop on the Chitlin circuit, a landmark on the international jazz scene. The first Rochester African-American doctors, Anthony L. Jordan and Charles Lunsford, lived and practiced here and made house calls on a moment's notice. Howard Coles published the Frederick Douglass Voice newspaper and was the first African-American to broadcast on radio, the King Coles Radio Show. Chuck Price, Rochester's first African-American police officer, greeted neighbors on a first-name basis while on patrol. This is just a flavor of the past. In 1995, Third Ward residents Ron Houston, Hubert Jiggy Jeffries, Susie Boyd, Helen Brown, Jacqueline Banks, and Lonnie Davis were soon joined by John Ashford and Joan Coles Howard and Alton Owens, Joyce Allen, and Gloria Winston Al-Sarraj. And the Clarissa Street Reunion was born. The first reunion was held on Saturday, August 24th, 1996. It attracted more than 10,000 people. Hometown music hero Roy McCurdy, one of the great jazz drummers, was honored. Brother Jack McDuff, renowned jazz organist often featured at the Pithard Room, was the reunion's first headliner. Since 1996, The Clarissa Street Reunion has become one of Rochester's most popular events. This year, the Clarissa Street Reunion Committee is undertaking a $50,000 campaign that will enable us to, 1, increase the annual scholarship award for college-bound students to $5,000. 2, present top-tier music artists to make this a memorable celebration. 3, provide more activities for the youth to encourage their involvement. For example, a youth music fest, spoken word, poetry, and clean rap exhibition, a step team exhibition, additional activities for all ages, martial arts, theatrical talent exhibitions, graphic arts exhibitions, basketball competition, and running races, 5K and sprints. A successful campaign will create a vision fund to provide seed money for the Reunion Committee's proposals for a revitalized Clarissa Street. Initiatives such as 1. The Pithard Room Amphitheater will be a tribute to the music legacy of Clarissa Street. It will host a wide range of activities and performing arts. 2. Commemorative murals that reflect the neighborhood's history, both people and places. 3. Commemorative banners that will also recall people and places, highlighting the locations of prominent residences and businesses. And 4th, commemorative signs and plaques. These will also highlight the people and places of our past. The theme of our 20th reunion, Celebration of Neighborhood, pays tribute to the people and places that comprise the rich neighborhood's past. We invite you to join us on August 15th and celebrate Rochester's Broadway. Help make this campaign a success. Please visit www.clarissastreetreunion.org for more information. Thank you.